Got it. Right off the printer. All right. Got a new article. Hot off the press. Right off of Forbes magazine online. This is from a contributor that I like to read from time to time. As a contributor at Forbes online as well, I find it interesting to see what our compadres in the insurance industry are observing when they're out there doing the same thing that I'm doing, which is helping seniors with their Medicare choices. So this one has to do with the brand new Medicare PlanFinder tool that CMS, that's the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, is launching for 2020. As you can go on to the Medicare PlanFinder tool now and search for a plethora of plans, but how accurate is it? That's the question. So this is an article from Diane Amdahl, a contributor to Forbes, the title of which says Medicare Advantage coverage rules for PPOs appear to have vanished. Coverage rules have vanished from the new PlanFinder tool. So I want to talk to you a little bit about this article and some things that you need to be aware of and the importance, I believe, of helping an independent broker such as myself or anyone in the marketplace that you trust to help you find your best Medicare plan, especially when the cost of employing such a broker, such as myself, is no cost to you whatsoever. So I want to go over the highlights of this article because I believe it's very impactful for seniors who want to do it yourself. Just the DIY senior who wants to go online, pick a plan that looks good, but then you're locked into that plan for a year as it pertains to Medicare Advantage. Those plans are the same all year long, and you could just go out there and pull the trigger right directly on PlanFinder and pick a Medicare Advantage plan. But the information that you need to do so with an educated point of view might be lacking. Again, I point to the article. The promotional video for the new Medicare PlanFinder tool, as a matter of fact, let's roll that promo video right now and stay tuned for after. Here's that video.
Now there's a more modern, mobile-friendly Medicare PlanFinder especially for you. Whether you're at home on your desktop or tablet or on the go with your smartphone, it's easier than ever to learn the key differences between original Medicare and Medicare Advantage plans before shopping for health and drug plans. Build your personal drug list and find drug coverage that best meets your needs and quickly compare covered benefits in Medicare Advantage plans, including new extra benefits. For a faster, more personalized experience, create and use your online account. We've made that easier too. No matter where you are in your journey, Medicare PlanFinder can help you with your coverage choices.
Okay, back to the article. It says the promo video for the Medicare PlanFinder tool says it was designed to make it easier to learn about and compare coverage options. Of course, that's what they say. However, to make an informed decision, one needs to know how a plan would work, the details of the plan. For Medicare Advantage plan, coverage rules, specifically what to do in order for the plan to pay, are important. Boy, you could not have put it better. The devil is in the details, as they say. You know, typically when you have one of these zero premium plans, it sounds like, wow, zero premium versus paying for a Medicare supplement. There must be something to that plan, but let's see if I can play by the rules. And what she's going to talk about here is the PPO plans. That's preferred provider organization. That means with Medicare Advantage and under 65 plans as well, that's the plan that's not an HMO. An HMO means a very limited, tight, cohesive network of doctors. You must remain in the network or else nothing's paid. With the PPO, typically you have more freedom. You can go inside a preferred provider network, but you can go outside the network and access a greater variety of doctors, including doctors that are not necessarily in the network. She goes on here. There are two coverage rules of concern, she says. Number one, plans can require a referral from the member's primary physician to see another physician or healthcare provider. Most HMOs have this requirement, but it is now starting to appear in PPOs. Without a referral, the beneficiary either won't be able to see that provider or will pay 100% out of pocket for that visit. So some of these plans now require that you have to have a referral, even in a PPO, More Freedom network. Number two, a plan can require a physician to obtain, here we go, we've covered it before, very important to see our video on that. I'll link it up below if you're on the right viewing platform, to obtain approval from an insurance plan to prescribe a healthcare service, treatment plan, or a piece of medical equipment. This prior authorization process can lead to a limitation on services or a complete denial of the order, meaning the care won't happen unless the person pays for it privately. and pays for it privately when it comes to Medicare Advantage means 100% on you. So they don't tell you that on the PlanFinder tool, and that's what Diane's going to go into in depth here. Is it looks like everything's paid for, everything would be fine, hunky-dory, except what if you don't get that kind of plan approval, prior authorization? We saw before in the Office of Inspector General report, matter of fact, I have it still right here on my desk because it comes up in conversation quite often. If you've not yet read the Office of Inspector General report about Medicare Advantage plans on prior authorizations, you need to read that, where these things are up to 70% of the time automatically denied and up to 75% of the time approved suddenly on appeal, but only 1% of people know that they can appeal. So it's a very big deal. She goes on, these coverage rules can shift who is in charge of the member's care and treatment from a physician to the insurance plan. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying at all, don't take me out of context, Sylvia. I'm not saying that Medicare Advantage plans are bad. They're not bad. There are different plans that are best prescribed for different people. So, and we sell Medicare Advantage plans. I've certified for them every year for the last 10 years. What I'm saying is that people need to have their eyes wide open so that when they sign up for a zero premium plan from an agent who may or may not have told them about the woes of going to a managed care plan that the government has clearly pointed out when they're looking out for the consumer, they need to have more education than is what merely is provided, as Diane opines, on the Medicare PlanFinder tool version 2020 going forward. She goes on to say, the current, that's the old, legacy PlanFinder tool clearly identified referral and authorization requirements through a little purple or turquoise circle by each service under the Health Benefits tab, so that the coverage rules were very, very visible at that time. That is not the case with the new PlanFinder tool for 3 reasons. Number 1, you can view all the details about health benefits for only one plan at a time with the new service. It looks pretty. It's supposed to be mobile friendly, so it looks nice, but not too much information so as to, crowd it and make it look ugly. It's all about the viewer's perception. The plan comparison page does not list all the benefits. To check all the details of a plan, you would have to print the pages or flip back and forth between computer screens. Number 2, she says, you must click on where it says limits apply. Find out what that small print is next to each specific service or benefit to learn whether the plan requires a physician referral or, quote, advanced plan approval. That's what they call it. That could be 20 to 30 more clicks to learn about one's plan rules. So if you're not using a broker that's familiar with these plans and hopefully gives you the full version of what you're getting into, and again, anytime somebody says you're going to get something for nothing, a plan for no premium, you've got to wonder what the details are. In my humble opinion, I think you have to have full disclosure of what all the limitations, exclusions, and requirements on your part are before you sign up for one of these plans. Again, we help people with these plans, but we make dang sure that people understand what they're getting into when they're getting out of a Medicare supplement, which covers all these things at no additional charge with any provider in the country that accepts original Medicare, with no confusion like this, no prior authorizations, no referrals from all that kind of stuff that we have the freedom in the other world. When somebody's considering giving up a Medicare supplement plan for a Medicare Advantage plan, the devil's in the details, and you better make dang sure that your agent has gone over. And that's why it's a little bit scary to have this do-it-yourself tool, because unless you're willing to, as Diane says, go through the 20 to 30 more clicks to learn about the limits that apply, you're not going to know these things. You're not going to know it until it's too late. See, oftentimes when people turn 65 and they've chosen a Medicare Advantage plan based solely on the premium because they say, yeah, all those details don't matter, I'm healthy. Then they find out that they're outside of their initial election period from when they could have selected any plan in the marketplace. That's gone now. And now, because of whatever health things come up, they may be relegated to a constant churn of Medicare Advantage plan, chasing the next best plan every single year, because those plans are 1-year plans. They change every single year. I digress. The next part is, she said, and the most questionable reason the limits apply links do not appear for PPO plans in the new PlanFinder. They just don't appear. Details just aren't there, at least as of October 2019. She says, I compared plan information in the legacy plan, that's the old PlanFinder tool, and the new PlanFinders for 4 zip codes. The legacy PlanFinder, that's the old one, displays authorization requirements for many PPO plans and referral requirements for a couple. In the new PlanFinder, there are no options for clicking limits apply for those same plans. Information's just not there. It may be there in the future, but hopefully you'll see it in the small print and click through to all the different parts. It's doubtful, she says, that the plans changed their coverage rules, so why did this information vanish from the new tool? With the new PlanFinder, it's easier to see monthly premiums, and there's an expanded section of additional benefits. Based on those items, Medicare Advantage plans look very, very attractive. However, the details must reveal all important information, especially the coverage rules that can have an impact on beneficiaries' plan decisions. For more information, check out Coverage Rules Before Buying a Medicare Advantage Plan by Diane Amdahl. Very good analysis and in-depth review of the new PlanFinder tool and what you have to look out for. Sometimes when people do things, especially with the government, when they contract outsource things for people to do in an information technology space, they sometimes today want things to be as aesthetically pleasing. Long word, aesthetically pleasing. That is, they want it to look good to the eye. And if you're scrolling on a mobile device, this new PlanFinder tool looks absolutely stunning. But what are you giving up? You're giving up that devil that is in the details, especially if you're choosing a plan that is, it does have inherently more freedom. On most typical PPO plans in the Medicare Advantage space, you've got one benefit for inside a network. You've got another benefit if you go outside the network. Typically less is covered, and there's a higher maximum out of pocket that you are exposed to, but you've got that freedom. When those plans, though, have limits on them and they have hoops that you have to jump through, it is incumbent upon the government, if they're going to make this information halfway available, that they have full disclosure, like we are required to do as independent brokers, full disclosure as to what those limitations and benefits are and how you can access care. In the world of Medicare Advantage, if you don't go through the right hoops, if you don't get a referral, prior authorization, and if the plan treatment option is not covered by them, you pay 100% out of pocket. See, even with original Medicare, if your doctor says you need something and you have no Medicare supplement, no Medigap plan, no Medicare Advantage plan, whatever, you're limited to only 20% of that, because original Medicare on Part B outpatient stuff, which is 90% of things that are covered by Medicare, original Medicare is going to pay 80% of that bill. You're good. If you have a Medicare supplement plan, it's automatically no prior authorization or pre-approval needed. Medicare supplement is going to pay that other 20% based on which plan you have. Medicare Advantage is the only part that if you operate outside the rules of engagement that they have, and they're limited and they vary by plan, by state, by county, then you are responsible for not 20%. Oh no, it's 100% of the cost. And it's not 100% of the Medicare guideline cost, which is obviously cheaper than retail plans because Medicare has their own guidelines. No, not 100% of the Medicare cost. It's 100% potentially of the entire bill for the whole thing. So it's very important. If you're going to use the new PlanFinder tool as a gauge, great. But before you pull the trigger on signing up for a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medicare supplement plan, maybe by just looking at the 13 available plans and going, this looks like a good plan. My philosophy is you should not have to go get your business degree in insurance or your insurance license or your Medicare certification for Advantage plans or your AHIP, all that stuff, in order to pick a plan. That's why I firmly believe if you're going to get your taxes done by the best expert in the industry, go to a certified public accountant. If you're going to defend yourself in court, better to hire a lawyer who's gone to law school. If you're going to get an insurance plan that could have the financial life of your retirement savings on the hook for it, why not hire a professional to make an advice for your Medicare Advantage or Medicare supplement plan? It doesn't cost you a dime more. See, in my industry, having a broker, the insurance world, doesn't cost you anything because we're paid by the insurance company. So just like your homeowner's policy, just like your car insurance or your life insurance agent, it doesn't cost you anything to use our services. We're paid by the insurance company if you sign up for something. We're used to that. We don't work for a commission based on you saying, I'll pay you $100 to go find me a plan. It doesn't cost anything else. So if you pick a plan with Mutual of Omaha or Aetna or Cigna, Manhattan Life, whatever it is, it's already built into the rate. It's the same rate you get through us as a broker that you would get if you went directly to the insurance company, maybe without all the information. Like, what is their AM Best rating? How long have they been in business? How are your other thousands of customers handling their customer service issues with that said carrier? Are they having frustrations? Is that carrier laying off people or gearing up for Medicare season by hiring extra people to handle the workload when there are questions for customer service? We know things like that because we do have thousands of customers with the clients, with the carriers. So if you have any questions at all about insurance, please subscribe to this channel here on YouTube so you can stay apprised as these things are changing. Like this PlanFinder tool, brand new in the industry. Not many agents have even tried it out. We have a video on that, how to use it. But again, don't rely 100% on the tool because it's missing some glaring information that could be vital to whether you have something covered or not. My name is Chris Westfall. I've been an independent agent now for 26 years going on it. And if there's anything I can do for you with your Medicare plan, just to give you a second opinion or to validate or invalidate something that you think you've discovered on your own, our service is free. Just give my office a call. We have a whole team of people that are trained by me and are helpful in going through the process with no pressure whatsoever. We just want to make sure you're not on the wrong plan by giving you free advice. Take care. Thanks for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.